passage or not? I'm not sharing it. I had discussed the passage with you all about notes. Now, when we do note making, there are things that you have to remember. I had made the notes. So what are the aspects here? First of all, you give the title. You have made the notes. Yes, in the proper format, giving your headings and subheadings. Yes. So giving your headings and subheadings. Fine. Now what else have we done? We wrote the abbreviations. Now, and then we are going to do the summary. So these are the basic components which you have to do of note making. Now, please look at your notes which we had done yesterday. Let's carry on. We wrote the abbreviations. You wrote the abbreviations or not? Yes, do you have the notes of yesterday? Please open. Those at home also, please take a look. Let's start. So you have the notes over there. Now, let us look at the abbreviations. So those abbreviations you had done, recognizable abbreviations, that is what you are supposed to do. So what are the kinds of abbreviations that we've used? Like you wrote people for people, isn't it? Right? Apart from this, like you had, what was it? European or aristocrat or environment or chocolate we had written, right? All those abbreviations you have done. Apart from these, you can use abbreviations like your symbols and sign you have used. Any other signs, greater than, lesser than, equal to, if you are aware of them, and of course you are aware of these basic signs and symbols, you can use them also. You can use your chemical names, the formula, or like common names which you have, your sodium or copper, iron, gold, whatever, you can write that if it is there in the passage. You have your acronyms also, WHO, UNO, all these acronyms, laser, radar, all these also you can use. So these are the different ways in which you can write the abbreviations, right? Minimum 5 abbreviations have to be there, okay? And abbreviation is not the first alphabet of the word. It has to be a contraction of the complete word. Now, after we write the abbreviations, we have to write the summary. So what is the summary? The whole passage is given. We will just write what is this passage about in 80 words. Right? So these notes that I have made, these are short hints which I have given about the passage. How have I written them? I have written them in short sentences, without any proper grammar. I've omitted the articles and prepositions and determiners, isn't it right? I've just written the words that are there. They are not proper, meaningful sentences. That is how notes are made. Now, after the notes are made, one very important part, which is the second part of this question, that is summary writing. How are we going to write the summary? Summary is the basic idea of this passage. What is, some people say that, yeah, you just expand the headings one again and your passage, your summary is ready. Not possible all the time, right? So what is this passage about? What is it about? It's about chocolate. Yes. So you can just start off that this passage deals with the importance and the origin of chocolate. And chocolate, it is a part of our daily lives, but it dates back to like what, 600 BC or 1000 BC, and it was used in ancient civilizations. And nowadays, chocolate has become very popular and it is a part of our daily lives. And the credit, you can say, to goes to who are the names that are given, right? So it is Nestle or Lindt there to make a chocolate a popular form. And you can also say that it also had medicinal value. It had, like as currency also it was used. So just 6-7 sentences about the importance. So you have to find out the important sentences which form the core of this passage, right? So when I write here, you will just, the summary will include the important points here, right? We are not giving any examples or quotations, right? You can avoid giving statistics also. So it is just a simple paragraph in 5 or 6 lines. That is what forms your summary. Clear? Easy? So when are you going to get full marks for this question? It is when I have given the title, I made the notes in the proper format. I have written the abbreviations, the key to the abbreviation, use those abbreviations in my notes, and I have written the summary, right? And of course here, do not make your notes very, very lengthy. Try to focus on writing the important, relevant information. You do not have to include every sentence of the passage in your notes. Then what is the purpose of writing notes if you are going to rewrite the whole passage? Why do you think note making is important? What do you think could be the importance of note making? Very good. Yes, Gitesh, absolutely. So that, when in your higher classes and otherwise also some students, they have the habit of taking down the lecture of the teacher. And it's not possible to rewrite everything. So we write short sentences, you write your abbreviations. And when you read that, you are able to recollect what was discussed in the class. So this is one very, very important purpose of note making. Nowadays, we have everything, at the click of the mouse. Internet is there telling us everything. But, we have to go to the library to refer books on a given topic. And teachers there, you go to your professional colleges, they will refer many books for you and will find out the related topics. And maybe for your exam purpose, you want to make the best. And it's not possible that you recollect everything that you have read. So what are you going to do? You're going to make down these short points, right? So you have it at hand when you want to go through them, when you want to revise. So it is basically a way of recapitulating things. It's a way of noting down the important points, right? So this is how note making comes handy in our lives. Yes, class, tomorrow I'll be sharing the test with you all, and this time it would be, we have discussed the writing skills and notice writing, poster making and note making. So I'll be sharing a passage of note making and I expect you to write the notes and send them to me, fine? And in your PDF form. Now coming to a very important aspect that is, should we come back to the literature part or should I discuss the pattern of the paper first? Shall we start off with the literature part, the chapters that are left? Yes? Okay, so I'll discuss. So we have discussed Mother's Day and birth, in enough detail, and you have been tested also for that. So now the next two chapters which we will be discussing, Summer of the Beautiful White Horse and Address. Now Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, what is it about? It is about a childhood adventure. Who are the main characters of this story? It is Aram and Murad. So they are the important characters of this story. And it is on one fine day, an early morning, Aram is awoken by his cousin Murad, and he's very shocked and very surprised to see his cousin on a horse, right? He thinks he's still in a dream. It's very difficult for him to believe it. Why is it so difficult for him to believe? Because these boys, they belong to a tribe. Which tribe do they belong to? The Garogleanian tribe. Now, what is there about this tribe? This tribe has fallen on bad times, and once they were quite prosperous, but now they are living in very poor conditions. And buying a horse is simply out of the question. So if Murad had got a new horse, he would have been aware of it. So there's another thought that comes to his mind, that his cousin has stolen the horse. But considering the family reputation, in spite of their poverty, what are they known for? They are known for their honesty. So Aram also cannot believe that Murad could have stolen the horse. Now let's just discuss a little about the Garogleanian tribe. Let's just discuss about Aram and Murad's family. Murad is said to be one of the craziest persons of the Garogleanian tribe. He is quite fearless and he is not afraid of doing what he wants to. He loves animals and he's said to be the free spirit of this tribe. Now, before him, in the previous generation, who was the person like him who was so bold and brave and so fearless? It was Uncle Khosrow, right? Although Uncle Khosrow and Murad are not, you can say, from the same family, but they say in the Garogleanian tribe, it does not matter if you are related by blood, you are related by spirit. And Uncle Khosrow is like that. He does not have any bothers or any tensions or any worries in the world. The tribe is going through tough times, and Uncle Khosrow is the only person who has not accepted that. He still has not overcome the thought, the idea that their family is now going through these poor times, right? And he lives in the past and he feels that right now the problem that he is facing, it is much bigger than anybody else. So whenever that when anybody comes to him with any problem, he deals with it in a very trivial manner, right? So they like his constant reply is that there is no harm, isn't it? Now that is what he talks about. So he does, they give an example that once his own house had caught fire and people running and telling him, but he was not worried about that. Yes, so this is the kind of person he is. Now coming back to Aram and Murad. So Murad, it seems, is the one who has the crazy streak of the family, right? And he is there quite careless and quite free in his behavior and his nature. Aram also wants to ride the horse. He goes with Murad and he say, because both of them are very passionate about horses. And why do you think Aram does not want to complain about Murad? We think that Aram would complain, but no, he does not. He just tells Murad that don't give the horse back until I have not learned how to ride it. So both the boys, they go, and the way Murad behaves with the horse, it is quite visible that Murad has been riding the horse for a number of days. And so like after Murad has rode the horse, Aram also wants to try to do the same. But what happens when Aram gets on the horse? The horse refuses to move, right? So, you know, like, yes, Aram kicks the horse and makes the horse move. And then all of a sudden, the horse, it runs. It runs like it is completely out of control. It runs across the fields and the ditches and the vineyards. Every, far away it goes. And on the way, it throws Aram down, right? And yes, so Murad is very worried. The horse has ran away. What if the horse gets lost or it goes somewhere else? They have to find the horse. Yes. And yeah, it might get injured also. Absolutely correct. So when they reach there and after a long time, yes, Murad is able to find the horse and bring him back. Now this process, it carries on for a number of weeks. Every day in the morning, these two boys would go, they would ride the horse. The horse has become very healthy because of so much of exercise and so much of attention. And Murad has a barn where he keeps the horse. So that barn is deserted. No one comes over there. And so that is where he keeps the horse, and even the fodder and everything is there. And in the meanwhile, we also come to know that how Murad behaves with the little bird with its wings injured, takes care of the bird, right? Then what is that one incident that changes the behavior of the boys? They have a huge reputation to live up to. The family is known for their honesty. And look at how these two boys are behaving. They have not bought this horse. So the definite conclusion is that they have stolen it, which goes against the family value, which goes against the family principles, right? So what is it, that makes them realize their mistake, or what incident happens? Now, one day, John Byro, who is an Assyrian farmer, he does not belong to this tribe, but because he has been living with these people for so long, so he does understand their language. He comes to their home and he tells Uncle Khosrow that he has lost his horse. Uncle Khosrow is least bothered. He says, so what if you've lost the horse? You have legs. You can walk, right? So he does not find it a big problem, but he says that it's a big problem for me. How am I going to manage my fields? How am I going to take care of them? Because I need my horse for that manner. So when John Byro was returning, whom does he meet? He meets Aram and Murad with the horse. When he takes one look at the horse, he finds it to be similar to his own horse. But then he looks at the boys and he knows they belong to the Garoglanian tribe. These boys cannot be dishonest. These boys cannot commit a crime. But for his satisfaction, he checks the mouth of the horse. When he looks inside the mouth of the horse, he sees the teeth there, and they are the same as his own horses. But he says that no, this horse, it could be the twin of my horse, but this horse cannot be mine because you people are very honest and you are there from the Garoglanian tribe. You cannot commit any mistake. Now, when the boys, they go back home, and there is a change of heart, there is a change of feelings of the boys. And it is that the next day when John Byro goes back to his farm, he finds that his horse is back. So he comes to tell Uncle Khosrow that his horse is back, and he finds the horse in a better condition. The temper of the horse is better. The horse, it seems to be taken very good care of, right? It's got a lot of exercise and has been taken care of. And this has brought about, like meeting with John Byro has brought about a change in the thinking. The boys realize that, see, we have a reputation and we cannot be going against the family reputation just to have some fun. And yes, although having a name or a reputation to live up to, it can be a lot of a burden, but sometimes it keeps you on the right track also. You have to work hard. You have to live up to so many people's expectations. And this is what happened with the boys. This is a childhood adventure. We say that, ma'am, how can this be an adventure? When we talk about adventure, we talk about a lot of efforts, a lot of strains, a lot of obstacles, a lot of physical hard work. But it is there. You're doing things without the awareness of others. People are not aware of what you are doing. Your family is not aware that you have a horse hidden somewhere. And with you have that fear constantly in your mind that you might be caught. And so the thrill of doing things without the permission of elders is always, I would say, a childhood adventure, isn't it? Right? So the boys, they got that thrill from there. And yes, eventually it was that sense of guilt, the realization when you have people reminding you that these are the things you have to do, these are the things you're not supposed to do. Sometimes it does work in our benefit. And this worked for the benefit of Aram and Murad because they went back and returned the horse. Clear? Yes? So this is about this story. We'll discuss the chapter address next.